You work hard, pay what you can, and still feel like one unexpected bill could pull you backward. That's the survival mode trap. When every dollar goes to surviving, escaping feels impossible. But there's a way out. Once you understand the hidden patterns keeping you stuck, you can finally start making decisions that change the cycle. Every morning feels the same, like nothing ever changes. Every morning feels the same, like nothing ever changes. He doesn't notice it, but he's already behind. Bills arrive faster than opportunities. He pays one and worries about the rest. There is never enough left at the end of the month. So he learns to live smaller without realizing it. Comfort becomes a cage you don't notice. He wants more, but avoids risk every time. Fear feels safer than change. So days turn into years, the same cycle repeating. Meanwhile, others start small and stay consistent. The difference.
If you made it this far, you already know your brain is capable of more. The first link in the pinned comment reveals the simple reading method thousands are using to absorb information faster, remember more, and think with greater clarity. Don't wait until everyone else gets ahead. See it while it's still there.
Was never intelligence. It was direction. Debt doesn't feel like chains until it's too late. Every swipe makes tomorrow heavier, and still, he calls it normal. Normal is just what you repeat long enough. But one decision could break the cycle. Most people never press it, not because they can't, but because survival feels urgent. And survival mode always keeps you busy, but never free. He wakes up tired, even after sleeping, not because he rests, but because his mind never stops. Every notification feels like pressure, so he avoids looking at his own situation. But avoidance never solves anything. It only delays the collapse. He tells himself next month will be different, but next month always looks the same. The system rewards consistency, not intention, and he has only been surviving, not building. Survival mode makes every decision reactive. There is no space to think long-term, only to react and repeat. Meanwhile, small risks build big escapes. But he doesn't see it yet, because survival is loud and growth is quiet. He confuses being busy with being productive, and that confusion costs years. Years of effort, without direction, until one day, nothing feels temporary anymore. He starts noticing people who escaped the cycle. They don't look lucky, just consistent. Consistency is something he never learned. Every attempt feels like starting over, because survival mode kills momentum. And without momentum, nothing compounds. Debt grows silently in the background, while effort feels like it should be enough. But effort without strategy is just exhaustion. He never learned where to aim his energy, so life keeps pulling him back. Every month resets the pressure. No progress, just survival repetition, until he starts questioning everything. Why am I always just surviving? The answer is uncomfortable. He never built systems, only reactions. And reactions never create freedom. Only structure does. But structure starts with a decision most people avoid. That decision always feels small. But it isn't. It's the moment where most lives split. One path feels safe, but stays the same. The other feels uncertain, but moves forward.
Think you can make it to the end? Stay with the story until the final second. Then comment, "I made it to the end," to prove you caught the hidden lesson most people miss. Thousands never finish and lose the biggest insight. Don't stop now. The ending changes everything.
He stares at both, frozen, because change always asks for discomfort, and discomfort feels like danger, even when it isn't. So he chooses what he already knows. The cycle resets, again, but somewhere else. Someone is starting small. No noise, just repetition with direction. That's how momentum is built. Not fast, but stable. And stability beats intensity every time. The survival mode eagle never learns this, because urgency always wins over strategy. And urgency never builds anything lasting. Only repetition with purpose does. He finally understands, too late for most. Survival mode ends only when action begins. Action doesn't feel powerful at first. It feels awkward, but awkward is where change begins. He doesn't feel motivated, just committed. Motivation was never the missing piece. Structure was, and structure removes chaos from decision-making. No more reacting, only executing. The survival mode world never understands this shift, because silence looks like doing nothing, but it's actually building everything. The broke cycle breaks in invisible moments, not dramatic ones. He begins to separate from his old environment and enters a quieter, more controlled world. Still the same city, but a different mindset. One survives the system, the other learns it. That's the real difference. Not luck, not talent, but behavior. And behavior can always be changed, but only if you stop surviving and start building. Most people think change is a moment, but it's actually repetition. Repetition that doesn't depend on motivation. He stops negotiating with himself. No more, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is where survival mode lives. Today is where structure begins, and structure slowly replaces chaos. He starts seeing money differently, not as survival, but as a tool. That shift changes everything over time. Not instantly, but inevitably. While survival mode stays stuck in urgency. Urgency always feels important, but rarely builds anything valuable. Only disciplined repetition does. That's how people escape survival mode. Not by escaping reality, but by changing how they operate inside it. And that begins with one decision. The decision to stop surviving and start building. He realizes survival mode was never about money alone. It was about habits he never questioned. Habits built without awareness always control you, until awareness finally breaks through. That moment feels quiet, but changes everything. He no longer trusts urgency as truth. He starts trusting systems instead. Small systems, repeated daily. That's what replaces chaos over time. Not effort alone, but direction of effort. Most people never adjust direction. They only increase speed. Speed without direction is still stagnation. He finally understands the trap. Survival mode is not life. It's delay. A delay that feels normal until it doesn't. But awareness creates responsibility. And responsibility creates change. Not all at once, but every day. And that is how survival ends. He no longer asks, why me? He asks, what now? Because why me keeps you stuck in survival mode. But what now builds momentum. Momentum feels small at first, almost invisible. But invisibility is where transformation starts. He stops measuring progress daily. He starts trusting time instead. Time is what survival mode steals, and what structure gives back. He begins to see compound results. Not explosive, but consistent. And consistency beats chaos every time. He finally feels something different, not freedom yet, but direction. And direction changes everything that follows. He no longer confuses motion with progress. Motion is noise, progress is pattern. He starts respecting repetition, because repetition is where wealth is built. Not in big moments, but in small decisions. He stops chasing quick relief and starts building delayed reward. That's a mindset shift most never reach, because survival feels immediate, but building feels distant. The gap between them defines outcomes. He closes that gap slowly, not with intensity, but with control. Control creates distance from chaos, and distance creates clarity. Clarity is what survival mode destroys first. He chooses clarity instead, and everything starts organizing itself around that choice. Survival mode fades, not instantly, but inevitably, not because life gets easier, but because he gets structured. Structure is what survival mode can't survive, because chaos needs reaction, and structure removes the need to react. And that's where survival mode finally ends.